Today we're going to be rocking OP13 Vegapunk here with the new 9-cost Bonney support. I'm really excited to bring this deck to you as we're going to be using cards like the new 5-cost 7k Shaka, which is really strong to play early game, getting a 7k body as an attacker, the 9-cost Bonney, which has rush and it forces your opponent to take life, and we're opting not to play the new Stussy, the 7-cost that will play a trigger from your hand with a cost of 5 or less. It sounds amazing, but as Vegapunk, we don't have a lot of life as resource, like a Bonney, who is the new OP13 Egghead leader, so we don't get as much value from using Stussy, and we have to play it on an 8-dawn curve, only if we go second. If we don't go second, this card does not feel good. So instead, we're going to be playing Kuma today, which is actually recommended from someone in the comments of our Vegapunk video from yesterday or the day before. So we're going to be utilizing that as the core idea, using the 9-cost Bonney, the Kuma, and the new Shaka, and seeing what we can do. Now, let's get into that deck profile. And here is Vegapunk. I got a lot of love and hate on the last video. Some of you guys said I don't know how to play Vegapunk at all. Even though I won every single game and played every match like perfectly and told you exactly what they would do, I had people hating in the comments. You know, haters gonna hate. I love to see it. Drop your comments, get me more support and algorithm pushing for me. I love it. Now this is Vegapunk. This is my favorite leader in the One Piece card game to date. It used to be Red Green Law, and then the more and more I played Vegapunk, I feel like I'm slowly just falling in love with this leader. It's so much fun. This leader cannot attack. Activate main, once per turn, tap 1 Dawn, place up to 1 cost 5 or lower Egghead type from your hand face up to the top of your life or into play. Now, we're going to be utilizing OP13 strategy, so we're going against OP13 leaders like Emu, Roger, Sabo. We're going to be taking on some of those guys, Ace even, and trying to see if we can take them on in the next meta. We have the new Edison, which is a new card from OP13 that says you may trash this character if you have less life than your opponent. Draw 1 card, then rest up to one of your opponent's cost 3 or less. This helps probably into like Rayleigh or more aggro matchups, so I don't mind having Edison to help us clear board when we need it. It's really good to utilize this against those aggro matchups, but I'm opting for only 2 of this. A lot of the Japanese lists that I've seen have been playing 4. I just like Frankie. I think Frankie's really good for the deck, so I think they're kind of undermining the ability of just getting a body on the board and drawing a card. I think that's really good to utilize, and having a 4 cost 5k, pretty strong just to have one on the body on the board when you need to put a body on the board. So we're gonna do 2 and 2 today for the Frankies. Still 4 Edison, 3 of the Bonnies, 4 of the Liliths, you know, the basic stuff, 4 of this Edison, 4 of the Vegapunk. You know this card's important if you know this deck. Look at the top 5 cards, play 1 scientist type card with a cost of 5 or less other than Vegapunk from the top of your deck, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. If your opponent has 2 or less characters, trash one card from your hand. Okay, that was a lot to say, but we can play out literally Lilith, Edison, Atlas, Shaka, Pythagoras, Shaka. We have a ton of targets for this Vegapunk. Playing a 5-cost 0k blocker into a 5-cost 7k from the top of your deck is absolutely insane. So it's pretty good. We have Atlas, which can't be KO'd if you have less life than your opponent. Shaka, which is just a blocker. Pythagoras, which on KO plays a 4-cost or lower Egghead type. Nami for 5-cost removal. Shaka here, which is the new card that I was talking about. And we're going to be cooking up with this card because this card is goated. Getting a 5-cost 7k on turn 1 is detrimental because a lot of decks you can't even swing into. So it acts as its own blocker. I'm almost tempted to lower my Shaka count to have more of this and to play other cards instead, because this is its own way of saying, like, either you attack me and give me more bodies on the board, or you attack really heavy into the Shaka and I give you a 1k. Like, cool, give you a 1k, give you a 2k, whatever. I really like this card. It's really good in the deck profile. Running 4 of the Kuma, this gives us a going first option. So when we hit that 7 Dawn, which a lot of decks like to go first in this current format, and a lot of decks like to go second, so we have to play around both. This gives us a going first strategy. When we hit that 7 Dawn, we tap 6 for Kuma, gain a life against, you know, aggressive decks. It's really useful because now we can gain a life here and then use our leader effect to gain another life, and we're dropping cards that we don't really need. Using the Bonney to refill our hand, of course, and going that way. Or going second into our 10 Dawn turn, we're going to play the new Bonney. And they're both options because we can play this on 8 Dawn as well, leaving a Dawn active to either put on a character or do something with. It's really good to kind of, you know, play on curve with this deck. It's really important going, you know, into 6, tapping 5, resting 1, putting 2 bodies on the board, etc., etc. So I like this, and your opponent can't really remove this or you gain a life. We also have the Jewelry Bonney here, which just says if your leader is Egghead type, this card gains Rush. Then your opponent adds the top card of their life to their hand. So a 9-cost 10k Rush. And if we play this going second on curve, we also can gain a life with our leader effect. So we Rush, crit a life, so it goes into our opponent's hand, and we're gaining life or putting a body on the board here with Vegapunk, which is always going to be strong, and I really like this body. I don't think it's perfect. I've actually ran into a lot of things where I just win the game before I even get the chance to put this down, but it's a really good card nonetheless. Rayquaza help, please save me. If you have 2 or less life, give up to one of your opponent's leaders or one of your leaders or characters plus 3,000 power, and then trigger, play up to 1 cost 5 or lower Egghead type from your trash. So it's good to spam out bodies on the board. You know, a lot of people will remove this Shaka and then attack you in the face, and you'll hit this, and then you'll just be like, okay, bring him back out. So yeah, that's the Vegapunk deck profile. Just note that we cannot do leader effect with this Kuma here. Obviously, it's not the Egghead type, and it's not 5 cost or lower, and we cannot do it with Bonney. Just obviously it's a 9 cost. Your leader says put a 5 cost or lower in your life, so this cannot go into your life by your ability, but it can trigger out a life if you have 1 or less life. Your opponent rests a 7 cost character, or you rest one of your opponent's 7 cost or lower characters. Pretty good. We have some other option in the deck with OP13. Again, we talk about this Stussy. I've not seen value out of it, and maybe that's just because you have to go second to really play this, because if I'm on 9 Dawn, you know, I guess I could play it then, but I'm already a turn behind, it feels like. So I don't know. I just haven't found value in the matchups I've played personally, but I'm not saying it's a bad card. I don't want anybody to take it as this card's bad. It just has not worked for me. So I would love to see you guys use it or teach me how to use it better. And I will 100% try it out in the future, just because this is OP12 or OP13. Like, the whole goal is to try new cards, but I don't think this Stussy's really good. I also don't think Gum Gum Dawn Stamp's any good, because it says turn one of your life face up and then KO one of your opponent's 6 cost or lower. Well, we add life to the top of our life face up, so this is literally just a brick. If we have a face up life at the top of our life, we're just bricked. Like, there's nothing you can do with this card. It does absolutely nothing. I guess you could put it into life to draw 1 card because it has the Egghead type, so kind of works there, but other than that, this card is kind of useless in my opinion. It's maybe good as a tech option, as a, you know, 2 of here, possibly, but we already have Nami. It's cool to hit 6 costs, but normally you need to hit 7 costs for certain cards. 6 cost base cost is really good. Hitting base cost is really important because obviously Nami doesn't hit base cost, so just know this is something you could use if that's the way you play Vegapunk. You could also use this top 4 searcher for triggers, which that could be a different card, but with having 1 Dawn to play out a 3 cost 5k Lilith, why am I ever going to play this? It doesn't make sense. I think if you're running the event in your build, maybe you should run this, but I think the list is pretty solid here, not playing that. You could also run this Vegapunk if you have 2 or more given Dawn cards. This card gains blocker. This is actually good. I found out this is actually more useful than I originally thought, you know, having to use 2 attached Dawn and not playing on curve, because like cards with Stussy, if we're not playing Stussy, we can play on curve and put 2 Dawn on Shaka, swing 9 if we want to, just to have this be a blocker to save us from other things later. So this is actually an option in the deck. I don't hate it. I don't love it right now, but I don't hate it. And that's kind of it. Like S-Snake, you have to turn life face up. Don't like that. Atlas is just a 5 cost 6k, 2k counter. This is actually some kind of value here, but it does not have a trigger effect, so I don't care for that. And I don't think there's anything else. 6 cost 7k Pythagoras, which literally you couldn't even do anything with your leader effect. Not worth playing. And then just the cards we already mentioned. So, hey, this is the deck we're going up against. I mean, this is the deck that, like, is Egghead now. And this is the Egghead of the past, but the future as well, because this Egghead deck's going to be really good. And I hope you guys are excited, because we're supposed to get a starter deck eventually, and I think it's going to be green-yellow based off of the promo we saw recently. I don't even know if I can put it on the screen, because I don't know what the promo was, but I remember there was an Egghead Nami promo or Bonney promo or something that had the Egghead typing, so we're going to get a starter deck that's green-yellow Luffy, and it's going to be Egghead type, so hope you guys are excited for that. That's at least like what I'm seeing with it. I hope you guys are seeing the same thing. Let's get out of the deck profile and into some games with Vegapunk here, the big brain man himself with an apple on his head, and let's get into it. Red, blue, ace, and of course they're probably going to take second away from us. This is going to be a great match to start with because their deck is really freaking good. We're going to keep this because we can go early game Shaka pass. Nice and easy, get a good 5 cost, 7k down on the board. I ain't mad about it. The thing is with this deck though, they could go 10 into Shaka, so we might be a little safe when it comes to what they could do. Draw 2, trash 1. We do need to worry about putting. They got rid of 1. Usually this deck only runs 1. They're going to, we're going to swing 8 into them. It would have been nice to see that Atlas first. 8 into face, floating 1 Dawn. I mean, if they want to counter, I don't really care. We're going to get down the Atlas and then pass. The goal here with this ace deck actually is just to swing really big, and that's it. The goal is to swing really big and finish the game quickly. They're going to go Ezo. Then they're going to go, they have a Marco. It looks like they might go 9 into Shaka. In case we will counter. Again, we are just going big. So 2K, 1K, boom. No cards in hand, no pudding needed, my friend. We'll go 8 into face. Simple and easy. We'll go 8 into face. And yeah, again, full aggro. That is the idea with this deck. And then we're going to go Vegapunk, discard a card, get a blocker on the board, and go from there, because they're not going to be able to get our board after that. So it's kind of worth it to go down to 1 card in hand, because we just block out. So they -2 with their leader ability. This is the leader in case you don't know. They can give a character -2,000 for discarding, and then they have a 1K. We're going to go another 8 in the face, which they may take. They get to draw 2 cards, or we get 2 cards out of their hand. Nope, they take. That's cool with me. And then deploy a card, Vegapunk. Look at the top 5, cheat off Pythagoras, and then discard Inami. Maybe keep Inami would have been good, because we're not even close to the Bonney turn, but it is what it is. Give us a 1K. I just kind of wanted to keep this, but it was greedy of me, to be honest. So they could go 8 into anything here and kind of clear it up pretty easily. Ooh, just kidding. We block. Got him. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Okay, pretty cool there. Definitely should have discarded the Bonney though, because we can't use it, and they're probably gonna be on 0 life by the time we get to that 10 dawn turn. So the goal is to beat them before 8. So 8 into this, block every day of the week. I'm just going to save my board. Oh, yep, we definitely should have. 8 in the face. And then guess what? They minus it by 2, and then they give us a 1K, and then we're going to go 9 into face. It's going to be 2K, 2K, and they don't run a lot of 2Ks in this deck because they have their leader effect, and they've already used their leader effect. All right, 9 into face. They're going to block, draw 2 cards, and they're going to be on a 6 on turn. So, yep, draw 2. Really big hand size here. Good for our opponent. They should go 6 cost Yamato here, 8 into 6, and then 7 into 6. They'll probably leave the Shaka, or they can play a blocker. But then they're worried about us going 17, which obviously they would leave the 1 dawn up at that point, having some kind of event, and then hopefully they can counter it at that point, because then they can leader effect into 15, and then 2K, 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 something like that. I don't know. A bunch of math there, a little too much math for me. I'm not the mathematician. 6 2Ks, or 5 2Ks in a brick. Ooh, Whitebeard early. That's actually really good for our opponent here. They get the blocker down, which blocker is really important. They can remove any character they kind of want at that point. Well, they can go 8 into a character, which they should choose one of these. I wish we had that Nami, man. I wish we had that Nami. That'd be very nice right about now. It'd also be nice to have the Bonney on the board. 8 into 6. Yep, makes sense to me. And then, guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's stopping me from just going 14? No, we have to split here. Yeah, we're just going to go 10, 10, 10, 11. 10-10? I'm fine with 10-10, actually. Because I don't really want them to hit tax gate anytime soon. That would be kind of annoying. 10, if they block, then we know we're good. Or, like, then we go in. But they're going to counter, so cool. Run it. Run it. Now we're going to have 2 bodies again. Okay. Because now they could just... if we go 6 here, it's 12. They just 1K out. It's not really worth it. So we're just going to deploy an Edison, draw 2, trash 2, play out a Lilith, draw 1 from the top of the deck, which is going to be a Edison, and sit on 2 Dawn. Sounds good to me. Sounds like a tax gate turn. Tax gate going for your money. He's taking all the money. You know that tax you have to pay for things? It's because of this guy. This guy they're about to play right here. This is the guy who's taking all your freaking money, man. I would just ignore board at this point. If I was this ace, I would ignore board, because no matter what, we only have 1 attack. People need to learn. Your opponent cannot attack unless they first discard 2 cards. We have no leader effect. There we go. Good player. Good player here. We counter. We actually should have taken. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Should have 100% taken. We're going to draw. We're going to go 1 cost event. We're going to add that to the top of life. And I'm going to... pass. Not much to do there, I'm going to be honest. But if they hit us, we do get the Vegapunk. That's cool at least. Getting a body on the board is nice. We probably should have taken that attack just in case we hit a trigger, but then they hit us again. They get us to 0, and then we just kind of get clapped by these 2 big guys in this. even with the Rayquaza, but we did not know we were going to have the Rayquaza. If we had the Rayquaza, I would have taken guaranteed, but that would have at least given us an attack. But then they only have one attack, and that just gets through it with the new gate, so they just don't attack the new gate. And then we have to swing 15 with whatever we get down, and that doesn't really work. So, hey, Ace, I'm doing pretty good. I wish they would putting us right now. That would be pretty cool, actually. If I was them, I'm going 2 on Ace, 2 on Uta, just to threaten the possibility of Uta. But hey, 14 is fine. We're going to go ahead and take that, use the trigger, and then we're going to go boom, and then bam, pass. They attack again. We're going to take. No trigger. They don't attack again. They were scared. They were scared. Triple blocker's rough, man. I'm not going to lie to you. All these attacks need to kind of go through. Kind of sucks. But hey, it is what it is. Minus it. Now they can just block, block, block. Because we can go 8. They just block with a 12. I would just be blocking with a 12. Or you can counter. Sure. That just tells me I can't attack with the other guys. There's no point. So instead, I'll just go 5 cost and then add a card to the top of life. And then pass. I had to think about that one, I'm not going to lie. So it's hard for them to commit these blockers knowing that we can just block out. So like if they swing something big here, their best option is Goldie freaking Roger, dude. You play Goldie Roger right now? Cooked. This guy out of the game so quickly. Sure, you can have that. Whatever. I don't care. Swing your 12 into 7. I do not care. Like, why would that change anything? Okay, blocker. Cool, cool. Blocker's pretty good here. I don't blame him for playing it. 1 down on leader pass. Is that what we're looking at here? Maybe. 8 in the face. That's the only attack we're going to take this turn. We will block it just to go and get out. Because it's a 0k blocker. Why would I not? You know what I mean? Is it worth getting this big body on the board? They have so many blockers. We need to get rid of these blockers now, but we can only commit 1 attack, so they just block, because they're both going to be under 12, right? So it's not great. We literally have to just play this and then gain a life. I think that's legit the best situation here. Oh my god, this is going to be such an annoying game. Pass. Because we need a bigger body to get through these big blockers. That's my thought process here. So we could just lose, honestly. We have no cards in hand, but I'm a Vegapunk player. I grind this out. Every single time, brother, I grind this out. Can't beat me because I grind this out. The issue is just sitting on the 3 blockers because we don't have a leader attack, right? So this is where we just take, use the trigger. We shouldn't have actually triggered that out. To be 100% honest, should not have triggered that out. Should have just gone to hand because now we're just down 1 in hand size because we're going to replace a body on the board after we use the Shaka here. Because we're going to Shaka blocker and then play out a blocker. That's going to play out another card because we're going to Vegapunk into something else. Hopefully hitting another Shaka, replacing Edison, and then we still only have the 3 attacks because then we have another Shaka. We'll take the next attack if they swing in, and then we'll have a Shaka to block out of the next attack and no cards in hand. Doesn't seem great, so we'll have 1 card in hand, which will be this life right here. We should have had a 1k, but in fact we do not have a 1k. We'll block. Blocking's okay. We could have had 2k, potentially 3k, potentially no k, potentially Frenosuke. Dude, too much for me. Too much going on. I need the top deck of the century here. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. Vegapunk. Into your boy, Slim Shady. Guaranteed can't beat me right now. Guaranteed you cannot win. Guaranteed you cannot win. This is miserable, man. This is miserable. Because they can't really commit anything. Bruh. They hit me with the Jozu. That's rough. We should have 2k counter right now. Now they just attack in. Like, there's no reason not to attack. You just swing 6 because you know it's a 1k with the Uta, and then you swing 12-12. Yep. Good player. Good player here. Trigger! Yellow doing yellow things, brother. Yellow doing yellow things. Let's feel good about it. This is what we do right now. Yellow doing yellow things First game, this is insane. They grab an Edward Newgate at 10 cost. Okay, so they have a 2K there. Sure. Get your little 2K. 8, right? 8's the correct thing. 8, 10, 10, 10. I think it's just 8, 10, 10, 10. I don't think there's another world to go anything else. 8, 10, 10, 10. We were not losing. We just win, win, win. Against Ace, we're a 10 out of 10. Holy cow. That was insane. I cannot believe, because now they block. They just can't counter. They have to be able to not counter a 10. That is literally just the math here. We just have to hope they can't counter a 10 because they just block. Oh, they can't counter a 10. 10 is guaranteed lethal now. What am I even worried about? Because of us putting this 6K Pythagoras on the board, this 10, oh my god. We played the Pythagoras because we knew we had the trigger. Now they block. And the reason they can't win is because it's guaranteed 2K, 2K. They don't have one Dawn open. And 10 more. GG's. That was such a good play there by the Ace. They had the brick, which we knew about because we saw them ditch something else for the 2K. They ditched the Marco. So they had the brick anyways, not the point. But, dude, crazy game right there against the Ace player. You see how close that match is? That was really stressful. We should have 100% lost. Like, that was so close. The trigger out of life, though, that's what Vegapunk does, baby. That's what we do. And we're feeling good about it. All right, we're going against Sabo here, which likes to go second, so we're going to take that away. We're going to snatch that up like it's their breakfast. Why it's their breakfast, I don't really know. We're going to keep this because I love the Bonney in this matchup. This deck, this card, muy bien. Especially when they have to go first, it's very muy bien. Look at the top three, grab 3 costs or higher. They grab the Sabo from EVO2, which gives a Rebel Army card plus 2,000 for the turn. All right, good for them. We're going to deploy a Pythagoras here, pass to our opponent. Simple and easy. Because we're going to Bonney in the next turn. We're going to swing 7, do that whole thing, draw 2, trash 1, filter through the deck, yada yada, whatever. Feel good about it. Cool? Cool. They're going to swing 6 at us. This is a very aggressive deck, but I'm a very greedy man. We're going to take no trigger. I'm a greedy man. It didn't work out. Don't be greedy, kids. Well, this changes completely what I was going to do. We're just going to go 6 at face. Then we're going to tap 3 and then tap 1. And then pass. Makes a little bit of sense. This Nami is useless in this matchup, by the way. Ooh, I don't love this. I do not love this at all. We're going to go ahead and counter 1. So we have to swing the Nami first. The cool thing is we can swing under the Hawk to guarantee at least get value out of the attack, so they have to counter. So we're going to go and do that. 5 it into our opponent. That way, if they block, they don't get to remove it, and they lose all the value. Pretty good there, because it's a 6K body. This being a 6K actually hurts against them and gives us more value. Alright, well, now because they have 3 characters and we know they're going to block, we're going to Vegapunk first. So we're going to deploy the Vegapunk, look at the top 5. And why would I not do this? Because now that they have 3 characters, we get to not discard a card. But, now we can swing 8. No, we can just swing... We can swing 7. I guess the math doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm thinking so much about this dang math. 7, 7. 7. Because if they block 2K, like, I'm fine with it. But I know they don't want to do that. So, then we go 7. And I don't have a lot of cards to play right now. So I'm actually going to, because we have less life than our opponent. We've already leader affected. I'm going to play this Edison. Trash it. They just forfeit. They just forfeit. Dude, I can't even have... I'm going to have this game in here for 2 minutes just to show you how people play on the sim. Man, that's so frustrating. Because the game's so early. The game is so freaking early. I was going to play this Edison. I was going to trash the Edison, draw 1 card, and just rest one of these. Like, it didn't really matter. I was just trying to filter the hand, honestly, to get a little deeper to find cards. We would have found a Vegapunk and then a Stussy. Oh, you're running Stussy, apparently. We're running Stussy in here? Why are we running Stussy? I literally said we weren't running Stussy. Well, we're going to go Stussy-less in this match. And we're going to take second away from our opponent. Another match that loves to go second. We're going to mulligan. It almost looked good, but it just doesn't look good enough. I love the Atlas, though. Atlas does look good enough for this matchup specifically because it cannot be KO'd by our opponent's battle, especially in this early game where that's kind of their goal. So we're going to try to get value to the Bonney early because they're probably going to take the first 2 attacks. They're going to look through the first top 3 cards of the deck with the 5 Elders at your service. And then draw a Najjuro, which is really good in this match because it's Rush. Rush is always good. And then they trash the Najjuro and say, don't even need Rush. Why would I even need that? So we're going to go Atlas, Patless, Passless, Pass? We're just going to pass. And then we're going to swing 6 into our opponent. Then we're going to go Lilith Bonney, get 2 bodies on the board early. or we're gonna go Lilith into a different body, and then Bonney next turn with 1 Dawn, and then swing a bunch and call it a day. So just a 6k to start. They're gonna swing 5 into us. Sure, I'm greedy. Don't be greedy, kids. Don't be greedy. don't do it. We need an unblockable event here in Vegapunk, honestly. That would be freaking fire. That would be fire. They are never punished. 14 cards in trash. Sure, do what you want. They grabbed a Saturn and a Mars, and they're doing all these things and stuffs, and it's kind of confusing me. 6 in a vase. They probably take. Maybe counter. Maybe they take. We're going to go Lilith. Look at the top 5, and then grab a... Rayquaza, because I'm feeling it. And then we're going to deploy a card, Lilith, because it's not counter, to filter through the deck a little more. And then grab a... Nami sucks. Shaka. Could have gone Egghead, but they don't have an E-board, and they probably won't have a board for a while. So pass to our opponent. It is what it is. We have a lot of cards in hand. We can Bonney on this next turn, because they're more than likely going to take an attack. They rest 3 Dawn here for the empty throne. I don't think they could play Mercury or Mars. No, Mercury they could have. The one that KOs, Mars. They could not have played Mars yet, which is nice. That's a 6 Dawn option. So we need to at least keep our board established at the moment and keep this Atlas active. Opponent could swing 7 here, potentially. They grab a Jupiter. Jupiter is really annoying. Like, really annoying. Like, holy cow, why is this card so freaking annoying? And then they just pass. They don't want to attack us again, so we're going to kind of try to punish that, I feel like. Because we're going to go 3, attach 1, and then we're going to go 5, 5, 7. Which is cool. I'm just trying to get a draw 2 trash 1 out of you. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Brother. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Come on. Let me have it. Let me get 1 here. Brother. Whoa. Using a 1-cost event already? 7. They're going to use another 1-cost event just to not let me draw 2 trash 1? Alright. Well. Deploy a card. We're going to get a blocker on the board. And then pass. Because they're going to be swinging into 5k bodies anyways. So... we're getting into a really good spot. Board's wide. They have 19 cards in trash. That's really crazy, dude. They're going to deck themselves out. Tap 3. They're going to play out the Marcus Mars, KO the Shaka to stop the blocker. So now that they can go 5. We're not going to let that happen, of course, because 5 would be crazy. We're actually going to give them the Vegapunk. I don't mind giving that up at the moment. They could go bigger. Ooh, they are going to go bigger. That's cool with me. We're going to go... They don't have a 3-cost in this deck. They have like the chump blockers. I'm not worried about those. They're going to go Mercury and then pass. So we're going to go... I think we're just going to search the top 5 first to start. We're going to grab a... That would be nice, but it just doesn't work at this point. So I think we're just going to grab a 2k. We're going to gain a life here. I've decided we're going to gain a life. I think we are going to Vegapunk, actually. They could Jupiter on the next turn and have a bunch of 7k, so that's the issue, right? So we need to keep that in mind, because we need to crit them a life, draw 2, trash 1. Now that we've done it, we need to start going into board, I feel like. So we should get a couple bodies off the board. This should get another body off the board, right? Should just take one of the blockers, probably Mercury, because it gets to draw him a card. I'm just worried about the Jupiter. We could deploy a blocker to keep the aggression going, and we're not really... I don't think we lose at that point, because we have 2k, 1k, 1k, and we have a life. That doesn't... Oh, that's not great. Well, we have a blocker. Oh, we would have a blocker. We're going to deploy the Vegapunk. I'm going to be kind of greedy. This is going to get us more bodies on the board so we can continue the aggression, because we need to continue the aggression. And then trash 1 card, so we should have done the Vegapunk, I guess, first, technically. We're going to keep the Bonney. I'm going to trash a Rayquaza and then pass. I think that's the move. Maybe it's the move, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm just a boy. I'm just a boy. We're going to have a crazy aggressive turn next turn. Crazy aggressive turn. We can let 1 character go. They're going to go 9 into 4. You can have it. At that point, I'm not worried about it. They're going to tap 3 for Mercury. Oh, KO character. Ooh. Ooh, the rested character. Interesting. Alright, well. We're in a pretty bad spot here. We're in a pretty bad spot. Two of these would be really nice right now. We're going to go 6 in a face. They should just block. should get the Mars. Okay, well, we should have gone 5-6, to be fair. They do block that. Then we're going to tap 9. Then we're going to tap for 10. And then they only have 2 attacks next turn, so are we worried about anything? I don't think we're worried about losing, right? So we just deploy a card, try to get as many attacks in next turn as we can. And then we just go trash. Oof. It would be really greedy to not trash the Rayquaza here. Because they have 2 attacks coming in. We need 2k counter at least, right? I don't know, because they could just go split between the brush option and the other option. Because they can Mercury, KO the Vegapunk. Oh, they don't have it. They don't 5 Elders here? Interesting. Yep, just GG's. Just GG's at that point. Dude, I think we really had them. I really think, like, they could have beat us technically with the 5 Elders, playing Marcus Mars, KO the Vegapunk. They have 7 additional Dawn. So they swing, what, 9? They go 10-10. I guess we would lose to 10-10 because they'd KO the blocker. So we'd take 1. We'd have... man, I can't see what we were going to grab. Probably a 2k there. I don't know. I think we should have gained a life there with the Edison instead. And then we wouldn't lose. But they just misplayed. So it is what it is. They KO the wrong card. Cool with me. I think they were going for the 5 Elders instead, and then trash the Mercury, and then or the Mars, and then go from there. But either way, I think we had them against the rope, unless they did the 9-9. We should just gain the life with Edison to guarantee we never lose. They didn't have enough attacks. Only 2 attacks can clear a blocker and a body. They can't clear that many bodies, and they can't go for game. Then we just go 10. We'd have 2 bodies at that point, but then they'd have double blockers, the Mars and the other character. I don't know. It really maths out weird there. I honestly don't know. I guess we'd have 5, 10, 10. So it would get double blockers and their last life. So, block... I don't know, man. Too much math for me. Let me know your thoughts on that match down below. I don't think it's a winning matchup for us. I think Emu is just really miserable. If you don't beat them before that 10 on turn, you just lose. Even with them only having 3 cards. The aggression was crazy. I think we played things properly. I'm not 100% confident in the match. I've never actually played it. That's my first time playing it was for this video, so... I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below and how we can play that match better in the future. Roger. Ooh. You see these guys? We like to keep those guys. These guys as soon as possible. I'm loving it. It's like a freaking Big Mac, brother. I'm loving it. I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. Come on. Come here, buddy. We got a Tizzy Cam coming in. Tizzy cameo. Hi, big boy. Oh, my sweet little thing. If you see me rubbing in my lap, touching my cat, I promise. They grab a Scopper Gabon here. That's going to be a 6 cost that gets to draw 2, trash 1, and ramp it on. Holy cow. You're going to give me this many of these? We could go for the draw 2, trash 1, but I think just having the freaking early aggression right now, it's like, why would I not just go big into face and guarantee get a life out of you? And then I play a 7k body on the board. Like, why would I not do that? It's like, it'd be nice to draw 2, trash 1, but this is very nice. Deploy a card, pass. Because if we can keep these both active right now, next turn we can Bonney and play down the Shaka and get the draw 2 trash 1 because there's no way you're getting out of that many freaking 7Ks this early in the game. So we're in a really good spot here against Roger. Obviously, this is the main guy you need to find in this matchup because it's 7K into 7K and it only costs us 1 Dawn. It costs them so much time and utility to get to that 10 Dawn. So we're sitting in a good spot. Our opponent could swing, they could swing 9, which we would counter out 2K, 1K with Atlas. So I ain't losing this. I am not losing this. I want you to know that. This is the early game that I don't lose anything, but they're not ramping. They go bullet instead, so they can go 6 into face here. We are gonna... I don't see a world we don't counter this, just because we're gonna be able to draw a card next turn. I'm done being greedy, guys. My greedy ways are over. 3, attach 1, swinging for 7, 7 on 5. They could counter. They might not counter, but they could counter. They don't. Okay, good. Ooh, it would have been nice to develop 2 of those, but it would have, again... Another greedy play. Don't need to do it. We do not need to be greedy. We are not greedy players. We're going to deploy a card. I wonder what it is. Pass. Dude, triple 7Ks by 5 Dawn is crazy. We're going to go 1K. Not going to happen. They go 5 here, go 9 into it. That will happen, in fact. They don't. Ooh, they could have gone 6 in the face. Well, they're still only an 8, so... What's stopping me from hitting them with a little 7 in the face? I guess I should go 5 first, just in case they did somehow hit double ramp triggers. 3 1Ks, okay. We should go 6, but I don't really like going. Ooh, actually, 7 in the face. We may actually use this. We don't have less life than our opponent. Never mind. Never mind. See, that's why I don't like this card. It's good sometimes, but it's not always good. I don't hate this, though. I do not hate this. Tizzy, stop biting me. Because now we're just going to go 3 out of Dawn. We're going to swing 6 in the face. Now we can draw 2 trash 1 again. Now that was greedy. Now that, in fact, was greedy. Draw 2. They have 3 cards on the board, man. What stopped me from putting this guy down? Like, honestly, I really think we might. We don't need to rush at this point. They're going into their 10 Dawn turn. They're going to be a 7K. I think we just go safety, so we just drop the blocker. Then we just swing 7 at face. Now it's like, you block 2K. And then I almost feel like, do we even put a body on the board? I guess there's no reason not to put a body on the board, right? We'll deploy the Vegapunk because they have so many bodies. And then we're going to deploy Edison because it's a 5K. Put that over the Bonney. Could put it over Shaka instead. I think we go over Bonney anyways. Ow, ow, ow. We're going to trash 1. Trash 2. So we keep a Shaka. We still have, you know, they can't go for game here. That was my biggest qualm. Like, what if they go for game? Because even if they play the Rayleigh here and rest the Vegapunk, they can't beat us. They can go 2K into this. But nothing really gets us out after that. Nothing really gets us after that. I had the cat start biting me, by the way. That's why I just started screaming, ow, ow, ow. I'm not just some kind of like crazy psychopath. They do get the Rayleigh. They do go the 2 into the 0. Then they may pressure face. I mean, they have a 9K. They have an 8. They could go 9-9 into the Shakas. Well, that's not going to happen. And then 8. Well, that's not going to happen. 9 is going to happen, though. In fact, 9 is going to happen. Fun fact, it is. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm gonna hit him with a little old 5 into Shanks. No, we keep that active. That'd be such a waste. I think we just go 11-11 and then play it on the Vegapunk. 11 and 11. You got it or you don't. 2K. Oh my gosh, what a bricked up guy. What a bricked up guy. Nice and old bricked up guy. So we were going to go Vegapunk into Pythagoras, it looks like, and then sit on 2 life, a blocker, and be chilling. They could have Rayleigh'd again, I guess, but they'd have to have a given Dawn, rest the blocker, and then go for game. They could have gone for game. 9K, 6K, we have a 2K in hand. We could go Lilith to draw another card. That might actually be the best bet. Then sit 2K, 2K, then play out another Lilith, draw a card. Yeah, I don't think we lose. Oh, Goldie Roger, we might have lost. Because we couldn't have used the blocker Vegapunk then. Then they go 6, 7, 9, 13. So we'd be able to 2K out of the 6. Then we'd take the Lilith, or take the leader swing for 7. We'd get the Lilith, draw a card. Yeah, we'd lose. We would have lost to the Goldie Roger on the clapback. Good thing we went for the Gusto in the game. GG's. That matchup's hard because of Goldie Roger. So keep that in mind as Vegapunk players, that Goldie Roger, miserable, could have been really bad for us, but we beat them before they get to their 10 Dawn cycling, just playing up a bunch of big bodies, and that's how you win. Find 3 of these Shakas, and you win. That's the game. We're going to take on this green Uta. Why? Because they actually get support in this set. We're going to take first away, because I believe they've always wanted first. And we're going to mulligan this hand. We're going to mulligan early. That's how I'm feeling. This is going to be a different kind of matchup than what you're used to. We actually do get value to our removal, which is different than what we're used to over here, aren't we, guys? Blocker early pass, so if they do want to swing big, which they do swing a bunch of 6s, we can kind of just take it. But, you know, at least it gives them the option where they have to put the Dawn on the leader, I guess, maybe, possibly. I don't know. 2 Dawn, not really much to do for an Uta. They usually just pass, or maybe they Searcher. Maybe Searcher. Yep, they do Neogenesis, then restand the Dawn. It is what it is. Doesn't really change anything for us and what we're about to do to them. I don't know if I want to swing the Shaka yet. I'm going to be honest. Grab the Sanji. Sanji's pretty good. Pretty good. Ooh, they do get a character on the board. Interesting. Well, I am now going to swing. If your Uta is rested, this card gains plus 1,000. Yeah, I am going to swing. Well, they're going to get 2 Dawn back, so it's going to be 6-6 on this next attack. So that kind of actually sucks. Because this is going to be a 6k plus 1,000, 2 Dawn. They're going to play a 4-cost Zoro, restand 2 Dawn, and then they'll still have a Dawn for their leader, right? No, it's going to be a 5-6. They can go 6 in the face. Okay, so we can go 7 in the face here. I can't attack. I'm trying to math out if it's smart to attack or not. But we're going to have the Vegapunk, so if they could go 6-7, that's not that great. Deploy the Vegapunk, deploy the Atlas, trash Akuma, pass. We have 1 Dawn. We do our thing. Doing our Vegapunk things. If they don't have the Zoro and they do get to split, it's fine. We'll lose the Shaka. It is what it is. It is what it is. See, they go with the Zoro. Restand 2 Dawn. This card restands itself at the end of the turn. It's really annoying. We need some removal sometime soon. They go with the 6. That makes this a little bigger, and they can swing 5. See? Everything's happening exactly as I said. We're only going into 5 Dawn, so we actually have nothing to play. We're going to take this. No trigger. It's something to play. It is something to play here. Not really worried about using this effect, I don't think. So we're going to go 6 into the character. We're going to go... deploy a card, deploy Nami, trash, KO, draw. Ooh. We're gonna go and do this, and then swing for 6. Now they have to counter. Or we get a draw 2 trash one, which I'm fine with the draw 2 trash one. We gave them a target to attack. Oh my gosh, give me a draw 2 trash one. Pass. We got a full board. We're feeling good. We got a Vegapunk blocker. They're gonna play Sanji now, which Sanji's really good, see? Now they restand 2 Dawn and set one of their Dawn as active at the end of the turn. It's solid. They could be playing DMG. We have to worry about that card because that card's really good. So they're going to be able to swing 8 potentially. That's fine. They get to draw a card. They grab a Brook from the top of the deck, a 1k. We're going to block out of that to save our board. And so we have 3 and then 1. So 5 in the face. Nice and early. Nice and easy. I like it a lot. 6 in the face, because we're 3 and 1, so we can't do anything different. We're gonna leave the blockers active, just in case. They're really countering out of these. At this point, take all my cards. Take them. I don't care. We do not care. I should have just swung big. Got to draw 2 trash one. I love Nami here. Holy cow. Deploy a card. We're going to deploy Nami over Nami. We're going to discard this. Pop the Sanji. Draw a card. Pass. You can clear up my board. I didn't get the Shaka down like I wanted to. We can heal up, though, in the next one. They could go for game. If they had some kind of... if they Hody Jones right now, they could technically go for game. Well, they won't win, but they could go for game. That is the thing to think about. Yep, you can have Bonney at this point. They're going to grab an Uta, 1k counter blocker. They're going to go 7 for the Luffy, play out a blocker. This will allow them to trash a card to set a character as active. That's actually pretty solid for what they're trying to do over here. And yeah, I think we're just going to gain a life. So we're going to play this. We're going to trash Shaka, gain a life. And then we're going to swing 5 into our opponent. If they want to block, they can free block, but then we could technically show that we're going to go bigger. 5 into our opponent. And then we're going to go 7 into our opponent, so they can't just like free block with the Luffy. They have to block in 1k. They're going to big block. We're going to go 6 into our opponent. And then, do we deploy a card at this point? They can only clear 2 bodies. They don't have rush. I think we just add a card to the top of our life and pass. I think we're in a safe spot. These are always weird matchups, right? So they're gonna swing 6 into 5. That's gonna get rid of something. They're gonna swing. They could swing 7, but then they're really putting themselves behind, so they can't really commit the blocker. So we're safe to just kind of play the long haul now. We can give up a character. Okay, 6 into 6. I don't really want to let that go for that free. Like, you're not gonna get free KOs out of me. I'd rather just keep the big board. They're gonna go with a 9-cost Shanks to KO. KO with Shaka. That must not feel good, man. That must not feel good, buddy, old pal. That's not great value there. That's value brand, if anything. So here's where Uta really is just going to be taken away. Good game. What do you do at this point? They got their new support. They're going to go 7. Okay. Did not see that coming. Well, now they have no blocker. So they had to math out their counter, is what I'm assuming. 5 in a face. 5 in a face. What we're going to do here is we're not gaining a life, right? So we're just going to go 8 in a face. They're going to take this one. And then 10. Top deck of the century. What else do you do? Like, what else do you do? You just top deck the cards you need and you win the game. It just makes sense. We probably already knew every single card in their hand too from what they've been drawing. They are running the Dead Man's Game like we talked about. And everything else I think is film type, which is really cool. It's a really cool deck list. I'm excited to show off this deck very soon with Uta. So still really good, just really bad into removal based decks like this. And this is also not film type, so that's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. I don't like this card in this deck at all. Anyways, hey, GG's to the Uta there. They got new support, and our support's just better. So, hey, game over. Here is a Zoro match. We kind of already started them a little late, but they did Perona, they grabbed Tashigi, we played Shaka. They're a really aggressive deck, so we're going to have to counter out here for a 1k, because I don't really want to take this early. They're going to go 5 into 5, which is not great for us. We're going to take, and then draw 1, filter through, and then choose no enemy targets. That's fine. That is really annoying. That is very annoying, actually. We're going to go... Ooh, this is not great. 7 in a face. We're going to play down Lilith because it's uncounter. There's no counter there. To grab a... Probably another Shaka. It's getting another 7k on the board. It's very nice. And then I think we're just going to spit out the Shaka. We could spit out the Atlas here, actually, just because it can't be removed. And then pass. So they can't really rest this and do anything to it. They could swing in again with these. That'd be kind of annoying. The Perona was obnoxious. They do the Tashigi. They're going to swing Lilith. Then they're going to swing 8 in a Lilith and then 8 in a face. And we will have to take that, which sucks, but it is what it is. So we'll take, use the trigger, get another Lilith out on the board, which is cool with me. We're going to grab a... I think we need to grab a 2k here at this point. We have to think about this. This is a lot of math, right? So we're going to tap 5 to play this out. We're going to gain a life here. So we're just going to go 5, 6, 7. And we're going to have to gain a life. There's not much to play out in this situation, which does suck. We'll go 6. And then a little 7. This match is not great for us. They're going to 2k out with a Apu. Apu is interesting. We're going to Nami... discard Bonney. I think we almost have to do Lilith at this point, just keep counter, but I'm going to be greedy. Pop the Tashigi, add Top of Life, and then pass. So we don't have a blocker, just to let you know. So they could literally just go 9, 9, 9, and then we'd have to counter that 9, and then kind of have to go for game. That would be pretty bad, but that's Zoro. That is Zoro. Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go 9 here. We're going to have to let that go, because we have to save the counter for life, because they're going to hit us for 9, right? Then we're going to take, we're going to use the trigger, and we're going to play out probably just another one of these. Like, honestly, just to get the body back on the board. Then they're going to restand, swing another 9. And I'm going to go 2k, 2k, 1k. 2k, 2k, 1k. Perfect that we took that 2k. If we didn't take that 2k, we would lose. That doesn't do much for us. So we're going to tap out for 3. We'll go top 5. Ugh. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it, I'm going to be honest. We could go Nami just to KO the Perona, but then we can't gain a life. So we have to gain a life here. I think gaining a 2k makes the most sense. So 5 face. And we're back to the same thing. 5, 7, 8. 7, 7, 8. Yep, so we'll go 7 with less Dawn, technically. And then 7 with Dawn this time. We don't have a Rayquaza, so no point in even showing it. Another restand event basically just means the end of the game. Basically just means the end of the game. But this is just Zoro. You either win really quick or you don't. So if they have restand event, we just kind of lose. Restand event is miserable. Hody Jones, miserable. Like, either of those technically win them the game here because we don't have enough cards in hand. So, it is what it is. Hody Jones, not really caring for it. Don't really want to see it. Anything rush, any green rush option here just wins them the game. Tashigi, rest on the character. That's actually cool with me. I'm feeling a lot better. Yep, you can have that. And then restand. Swing face. We're going to take... Technically, they should have gone 6 here. They could have just split. So I guess they could go 6 to Prona. They have the restand. Alright, we're cooked. We were cooked. There was no way out anyways. GG's. They had the restand event. Technically, they could have gone 6, and we couldn't have gotten out of it, but it is what it is. I'm throwing that in there just because that's Zoro. We were going to win or we were going to lose, but it was literally like 4-minute match. Last match of the video is going to be Red, Green, Luffy. We're going to take second from our opponent because that's what we like to go. And I like this Atlas early. I like the Shaka early. I'm feeling good. Yeah, really good actually. I think getting the Shaka down early, we lose a lot of value from Atlas, so we could Atlas early and kind of stop them from attacking Shaka at all. I don't know. I like Shaka. We're going to go Shaka because we're going to be swinging 7k, and we're going to play Lilith and Atlas on the next turn, so we're in a pretty good spot here. Not going to lie to you. Okay, same plan. Deploy, Shaka, pass. Nice. Pretty good. So now even if they get 2 rested Dawn back, because if you don't know, times 1 Dawn on your opponent's deck. If you have 5 or less active Dawn cards in your field, you may rest any number of Dawn cards up to one of your leaders or Straw Hat Crew type characters, gain plus 2,000 during this battle. So they can swing 6, and we could go take, because we don't have counter. And now they can get out of the attack for free if they leave these 2 Dawn active. And if they do that, we're just not going to attack. There's no point. I don't really need to put on pressure that badly. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no point. So, tap 3, look at the top 5. We're going to grab a... I think removal is going to be good in this match. And then we're going to deploy another Shaka and then pass. So, now at least we have a bunch of 1Ks. Our opponent's going to tap 5 here, I'm assuming. For the Sanji that we looked at earlier. We're going to be able to remove that Sanji very easily in our 6 Dawn turn, so we can swing 5, 7, 7. That should just be piling on pressure. They're going to restand 2 Dawn, attach 1 Dawn to leader. They'll have a free 2k to get out of the Lilith, but they won't have anything else. What do you do at this point, though, as a Red Green Luffy player? Like, now that we're back to me and you, just me and you. I don't know if you heard me yell at my cat or not. I might have cut that, but what do you do now? It looks like they're just going to swing 9 at us. Sure. Sure. I'm so confused. We're going to trash a Nami then and trash an Atlas, because at this point we don't have much value out of those 2. And they only have 1 Dawn active, so we're just going to go 5 at face. That's going to be the 1 Dawn, I would assume. They could counter 1k, just to help with the Shaka later, so they can just counter 1 and then counter 2 1Ks instead of having to need 2 2Ks. Makes sense to me. Now we can swing 5 more. That's going to be 3 2Ks. Oh my god, I'm going to have to go get my cat. He's being bad again. Now we're going to swing 7 and then 7. And then we're just going to tap 5, add a top of our life, pass. And what do we do now? The Red Green Luffy player is going to play the Zoro now, really off curve. Restand 2 Dawn. Then they're going to tap 5 probably to play a Sanji to restand 2 Dawn. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's not. Maybe they just attach 1 Dawn to leader, swing 6. That's fine with me. I don't have any 2Ks yet. That's not fine with me, to be honest, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We're not going to have much to do about that. We're going to gain a life and then play the Nami, I'm guessing. Shiraya. Interesting. Interesting. Sadly, I just got to let this go. I just don't have the counter. I do not have the counter. So the only way we're going to be able to remove this character is this is going to remove by attack, so that's fine. It also is not, it's film, it's not Straw Hat Crew. So what we're going to do is add a card to the top of our life. Then we're going to tap 5 for Nami. So we can swing, I guess, just 7s all across. It's like, I'm not going to give them free value out of this. Just 7s all across. Boom, 7. Because this becomes a leader of a power. Nothing else. So why would I care? Like, what would this do? What would we do here? What are we doing? Well, why is this card so good? A 5 cost 7k for 1 Dawn? How is that good? They're going to tap 1 Dawn and then counter 1, it looks like. This is interesting. This is an interesting little piece. Yep, cool. Give us a 1K. We're gonna go 7. And we also have the filter here for the Nami, so we're gonna trash the Lilith and then KO the Zoro. They're just not gonna be able to hit our board. Like, they don't have anything to handle this many 7Ks. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So they're gonna have to go counter, take. They're gonna go take, block, counter. They could go down to 0. Just leave Shariah or block the next one or counter the next one. Our opponent has options. We have options. But this, the reason we gain the life first is just that the Nami gets more of an effect. Because if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, draw 1 card. So if we were to have 6 cards, we'd just discard a card, then gain a life. So we'd have 3 cards in hand. But because we'll have 3 cards after the effect, we'll have 4 cards in hand. And we'll drop the Lilith, which is a brick. We'll keep the Rayquaza because the Rayquaza is obviously just that good. If we go low in life, we could technically use this Edison on the Shariah, which is cool. Technically, not needed, really. But, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. This guy's... Whew, he's taking a minute. I've used 1.5 minutes of my clock. All right, there we go. Counter, just like we said. And then block. It's just that simple. Block. And then probably forfeit. Once we KO this Zoro, if he does block, he's going to have no board. They could Hody Jones rush, but what is that going to do for you? You know, like, you don't really have a rush option at that point. Don't really have a board established. Removal just cooks this deck. And yeah, Uta's good in removal matchups because on play up to 1, cost 5 or less from your hand rested. That's good. It's not great. Or I don't know. Oh, they're gonna keep the. Okay, I see you. 5. We're gonna trash Lilith, remove Zoro, draw a card, pass. So they can't go for game. We finally hit a 2K. We have 4K counter. We have a blocker, and then potentially another blocker. Or we can get a Nami if they hit us twice without going with the 3 cost. So they could hit us in the face. I guess they could go 6 in the face. I would just counter. Then they could go 6 in the face. And I would just take. And then they could go 7 in the face. Or 8 in the face with Hody. Obviously they're not doing that. They're going Shariah. I don't even know if they're playing Hody in this deck. I don't know what's going on anymore. They do get a bunch of free counter here if they want. They're gonna go 8 into 5. If you go into this, it's just wrong. If you go into face, it's actually kind of correct. Because either way, like, you can hit face, force a life out, and I trigger out the body, or I just don't trigger out the body. You know what I mean? Okay. 9. Well, that's not great. Just gonna 2K, 1K. Keep the blocker in case I need it. More than likely, I'm just gonna use it for Rayquaza. So yeah, I only need 1 Dawn here. I have an absolutely stunning board, and they have no way to win. Yeah, I don't really get it. 1K counter. I was gonna go 7-7-7, 4-4. So we could go 7-7-7-9-9. So 7 counter, 7 take, 7 block, 7 block, or 9 block, 9 take, gain a life. Sit on 3 blockers, basically. Counter 1, Vegapunk out of life, play out a Shaka from the top 5. Like, absolutely insane, dude. Red Green Luffy, done for, down, demolished, and it feels bad. Thank you so much for watching this video of Vegapunk. Like and subscribe as always, because you know there's going to be a lot more Vegapunk. So if you enjoy Vegapunk, this is your place. This is your place to be. Let me know your critiques in the comments down below, good and bad, because really, I don't care. You help me push the algorithm, more people find the channel, so makes me happy, makes me smile, and I love to see it. So I'll respond to some laughing emojis or crying emojis or whatever. It depends on how bad you hurt me. Just kidding, though. Really do appreciate it as watching, as always, though. For real. Peace. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye. And peace. And peace.